Can you say that again?
Yes, by all means. Jeddah in Saudi Arabia is the most feminist city all over the world because it was named after Eve. And Jeddah in Arabic means grandmother. And we are the only city has this legend or a story or a white lie about Eve. It was only Jeddah. We have a graveyard called the Grave of Eve until today. We have documentation, maps, and books that says that Eve was living in Jeddah. Our third caliph chose it as the official entrance for the pilgrims from Africa, from Egypt, from India by the ship. They come, they land in Jeddah, and then they go towards Mecca. This is one of the youngest houses of the city. It's 150 years old, built of coral, sand, and wood. The sand from the lagoon as a mortar. And then they make the wood in the structure in case water go inside. Then we come, we take an example here. This is coral, and inside it sometimes limestone and sometimes coral. And if we have any trouble, we make a hole here, we make a hole here, and there, and there. And then we put stud of wood, we take the old wall out, we put a new one, like we change a flat tire in a car. All the houses designed this way. That's the main entrance. This is a guest houses. And the guests, not like you, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. Then the guests stay in the house. Then the men come down and stay with the men, and the ladies with the ladies. We don't have any water wells, so we collect the water from the rain. And then if you look back here, please, excuse me, move. The glass, that's a reservoir. And we collect the water rain from the terrace all the way. Be careful, it's full of mobiles down there. And Saudi regal. So, but it is 6 meters deep. It's 50% of the house, but the house has sewage, has bathrooms. And then there is another system for the bathroom, and this is for the fresh water. This is the side entrance, and this is side entrance for the camel, and for the horse, and for the mule, and they can go all the way to the top of the house. The ceiling is so high, so the hot air can move around, and the mashrabiyah, this is what you look at it, that is we call it mashrabiyah, or mangur, or manjur, and by the way, it's a pieces of wood put together. It's not one piece, and they cut it, no, it's pieces, and it's in the head of the craftsman how to do it, and it's an artistic work, but it allows the air to go inside. Okay, let's go upstairs, and you will see the staircase is very easy, very simple. So the mule or camel can go all the way to the top.
Yeah. Well, no. My interview, the lady I was mentioning.
The bit of what he says about you ride a horse
Didn't want to do it.
Had a day by the pool, have you?
Working.
Reading a few nice books.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Had a good day? Yeah. What have you been up to? Lounging by the pool, is it?
Further, where you are is the other side, you're right, but where exactly? Because who can tell me? I will give him Nasif house and he can take it with him to the bus. Okay, I'll show you. Excuse me? We are exactly in this house. Yeah. And you guys came this way around, and your bus parked here, and we walk and we enter. This is King Abdulaziz's sitting room where he used to meet all the guests. That simulation office is not the true office, but simulated. Okay? And please notice the ceiling so high to allow the hot air to move around. Please, who saw this, can you move inside so we give space for others? And then you can go and see the other room. And some, you can go inside there. The big window in the center, we call it Roshan. It's a cantilever window sticking outside from the boundary of the wall. And it is sticking outside to catch the air inside the house. The wind will blow from the west, from the sea, then they close that, and then the air come in, and then make a U-turn and come in here. Come in here cool, gets hot, rises up from the mashrabiyah and goes out and continue with the staircase up and leave the house. And if you open this window, and the fresh air come in and take the old air, and then it continue the circulation in the house. Okay? Let's go to the best part of the house. That's the upper part. Let's go. 3 years, 1925. And he governed Saudi Arabia from here, and he met a lot of delegation in this room. So it's a very historical monument of Saudi Arabia. Khalif called Uthman ibn Affan. You know, in Islam, Prophet Muhammad, then Abu Bakr, then Umar, then Uthman. Uthman came to Jeddah, and he designated Jeddah as the official entrance. In his time, the sea was very close to this mosque. The sea was here. And then 700 years ago, the sea here. Then 500 years ago, the sea became here. And in 70s, 60s, 700 meters away the sea. Now we have a project that the water come back. This is a fort built 700 years ago by Saladin. You know Saladin and the Crusade? He built this structure 700 years ago. And this is how the pilgrims go from the harbor. That's the direction to Mecca. Okay? Higher you go. This is your lucky day. I do it 5 times a day. Wow. This is how the reservoir is fed from the terrace. If you remember?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And the water goes all the way under the house. We collect the water from the terrace, and then this is the reservoir. But we're going here. So if we saw it, please, we'll go this way. More private, so more for the ladies. The higher we go in the house, the more privacy for the families. And the lower of the house, the more open for guests, for men, and all the houses are the system like this. So 100 years ago, the ladies will be sitting here having coffee and talking, and then of course they see and they cannot be seen. Okay? We still have 2 more floors to go. Manu, let's go.
This.
Yep.
I love it.
Good wind up there.
Can you tell me more about this building?
This is a 150 years old building. King Abdulaziz lived here 1925. built of coral, sand, and wood, and in the center of the historical Old Jeddah.
Thank you.
Welcome.